am Commissioner Nancy Jester, and welcome to Nancy Jester Reports for Tuesday, September 13th. Today we had our regular Board of Commissioners meeting, and so I'll give you an update on the actions that we took today. We received an interesting presentation about what is generally referred to as the SLUP 6. SLUP means Special Land Use Permit, and there are some activities that if you are going to do them with your property, you have to come and request a special land use permit. We've got drive-through restaurants, convenience stores, liquor stores, certain things like that. There are 6 of these particular land uses that require that. There are others, but there's sort of a package of 6 that we looked at, and we're studying what relationship did they have to crime and other negative outcomes in their communities. So we received that presentation from Georgia State today, and that was very interesting because, of course, correlation is not causality, but there was some correlation between certain types of land use activities and negative outcomes with crime and so on, particularly violent crime. So that's going to help inform the rewrite for our special land use permit ordinance, because right now we have a moratorium, so we're not granting any of these SLUPs right now while we work out the best way to codify this in law, our regulations about how we're looking at these types of land use activities. Okay, so after that we had some public hearings where we did some traffic calming devices for people that had petitioned us. We had an appointment that we've deferred so that we can hear from this appointment in committee. It was a reappointment to the Tax Assessors Board, so we'll hear this reappointment in committee, and for me that's very helpful because I've not gotten a chance to interview any of the members of that board, and so this will be helpful in getting me acquainted with this particular board member. So we'll hear that in committee, and then we'll vote to approve that appointment at our October board meeting, I think. So, and generally, so the Board of Assessors, just so you know, I've had a number of conversations recently with folks about the Board of Assessors. The Board of Assessors and the Chief Appraiser for the county are sort of, they're of the county, but they're not under the control of, say, the Board of Commissioners or the CEO's office. They go out and they set the values for your house. So the board oversees the Chief Appraiser and their staff. So the board is made up of citizens that the CEO nominates, and then the Board of Commissioners has to approve it. So the first step in becoming a member of the Board of Tax Assessors is to be appointed or nominated for that position by the CEO, and then you have to be confirmed by the Board of Commissioners. And so I think that you know, I've had a number of questions about assessments, the appeals process. So the boards of equalization are all part of that group. So if you've ever appealed your tax assessment or your property assessment, this is the entity within the county that you're dealing with. So they have regular meetings, and I encourage you to go to them. I've been to one recently, and I intend to go to a few more, and I think just being aware of how they operate and the laws that they operate under are very helpful. So we did that. We approved a number of other you know, smaller things. We approved a number of accepting a number of grants, one of which is funding. We had to match a grant that we got from the Georgia DOT for a study for the Lawrenceville Highway pedestrian and bicycle alternative routes. So the GDOT and the county are going to study that. So that's and that's mostly in the city of Tucker, so that's great news for that area and walkability along that corridor. We passed the Medicare retiree health plan. I'm very proud of this work because we kept costs zero. So the cost on this particular benefit that's provided to retired employees has now, it's not increasing for the county, and as you know, healthcare benefits have gone up, and they continue to go up for employers, private and public sector. So this was a real accomplishment for DeKalb County, so I'm very proud that we were able to keep costs steady there. Let's see, we had a number of purchasing items from that'll be used by roads and drainage and watershed, and even fire hydrant issues. So we've had a number of those. Let's see, and some emergency contract work, that kind of thing. So those were the main things that we covered today at your Board of Commissioners meeting. So stay tuned for our next meeting next Tuesday, where I will give you a new report on that one.